boils down to this. That's right. It's the Nations League over in Europe. Who's going to come out on top? Will it be Spain, Croatia? To get out in the final. We're going to take a look next. That's right, folks, back on a prediction video. Today we're taking a look at the Nations League over in Europe, the UEFA version, of course, and we'll get to that in just a second. If you're new where you've been, smash your subscribe button, bang, all things Nations League related, Blabbing Rovers related, world football related. We know here, boys, under one roof. Of course, a tasty final between Croatia and Spain await us, of course. But before that, we're going to revisit the Nations League, of course, the groups, the semi-finals, my predictions, your predictions, all that kind of stuff. And then we're going to jump in the deep end with our picks. We'll get to that in a second, of course. Big shout out to my VIPs. You know who you are. The Patreons, of course. But anyway, let's get into this. But in fact, let's go back to this. I need to apologise for my last prediction video because I was absolutely stinking, shocking, ponging, honking. Yeah, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. You'll see in a minute. Probably the worst couple of picks in the world. But, you know, I blame it on the boogie. Blame it on the boogie. I just blame it on something. It's not me. It wasn't me. Why wasn't it me? Because I was influenced maybe by the caffeine or the something. Anyway, let's recap, of course, the Nations League. Just in case you missed the video. If you did miss the video, you didn't miss anything because you know, what I'm talking about is poo-poo caca. So anyway, back at the bottom of the pile here, of course, League D, Group 1. We saw Latvia top the bills on goal difference over Moldova. Into League D and Liechtenstein, of course, making up ground zero, just one goal scored over the course of those 6 games. Into League D Group 2, we saw Estonia top the bills on 100% success rate there. San Marino going bottom there with 0 goals as well. But then, of course, we go up a tier and we see the likes of Turkey run away with it over in League C Group 1, 13 points on the board for them. Lithuania, they are going down next time around. Greece, of course, with George Bulldog at right back. That's right, 15 points for them. They're promoted. Cyprus are relegated, of course, to the lower tier. Northern Ireland need to work to do to get themselves back out of this sort of shit shape. Kazakhstan, though, ain't no slouches. Top bills for them in League C Group 3, 13 points for them. Belarus, they are going down like a sack of shit as also. Georgia, though, of course, bit of a golden generation for them at the moment. League C Group 4, top bills there. Gibraltar, they're tanking it. They're going down once again. Into League B Group 1 sees the Scots. That's right. Goodness gracious me, they're going to get promoted to the top tier. Armenia, though, they're going down, back down to League C with, of course, Ukraine and Ireland. Pretty much as you were. Israel also getting promoted. Top bills from them. Yes, that's right. Of course, unbeaten throughout the campaign. Iceland the same, but just picking up all draws. Russia eliminated. Meanwhile, League B Group 3 sees Bosnia top bills for there. 11 points for them. Romania, they're going down on goal difference. Ousted Montenegro. Well, not really ousted. Losing out to Montenegro. Meanwhile, League B Group 4 sees Serbia promoted, and of course the golden generation of Norway still stuck in League B, with Sweden, would you believe it, going down. Wow, indeed. But the top bills, of course, saw these group winners meeting up for the semi-finals. We saw Croatia top in Group A, or League A Group 1. Austria will get relegated. Wow. Meanwhile, League A Group 2 sees Spain go through. Of course, Portugal, Switzerland in the middle of the pack. Czechia, or Czech Republic, they're going down to League B. Italy, of course, they're there, or they were there, should I say. Hungary and Germany will remain. England getting relegated. No wins for them in the Nations League. And, of course, the Dutchies ousting the Belgians. Saw in Wales getting relegated, with the Poles keeping nicely in the middle of the pack. Of course, that's that. Of course, those results ended up with this semi-finals. That's right, starting with the Dutch taking on Croatia in what ended up to be a bit of a thriller. That's right, 6-2. 6 goals in it. 4-2 in the end, though, for Croatia. I went with a 2-1 win, though, for the Dutch. So I got it absolutely wrong. But, of course, the Dutch took the lead with Donjan Malen 34th minute before Anja Karaman levelled for the penalty spot for the 55th minute. In fact, Croatia took the lead. Pasalac on the score sheet on the 72nd minute before a late Noah Lang equaliser dragged this sucker into extra time. Of course, 2-2 after 90. Bruno Pekovic, though, then gave Croatia the lead in the 98th minute of extra time before Luka Modric wrapped it up with another penalty on the 116th minute. So, yes, I look absolutely foolish on this one. And, of course, I followed it up with another zinger, of course, with Spain taking on Italy. I actually end with a 1-0 win for Italy. 2-1 it was for Spain. That's right, Jeremy Pino on the score sheet for Spain on the 3rd minute before Immobile levelled on the 11th minute to give Italy a sniff of a chance. Before Joselu, though, on the 88th minute, giving Spain the W. In a game I think they deserve to come out top possession, top on shots. They look better side in the end. So, of course, we now know the two teams that will duke it out for the final will be Croatia, it will be Spain, and, of course, we'll get to that in a second. Of course, what I want to talk about is, of course, your predictions. So, of course, if you hop over to the actual video, you'll see some predictions coming in the chat there. Of course, Hans Wurst with a 1-1 draw. Croatia was have penalties. And he also went with the Spain 1-0 win. Wow, he is Nostradamus. Look at him. Meanwhile, this guy here, Arnold said 4-2 win for Croatia. I think he, again, I think that might be a little bit of a cheaty one there. Anyone actually predicted it? No, they're just slamming me, slamming that poor fella there. I blame the hat. Now we look forward to those illustrious third place playoff. Of course, the lucky losers will duke it out for that bronze medal, see who can come out on top. So it will be the Dutch, it will be the Italians, of course, locking horns for the right to be third. So let's take a look at this game taking place on Sunday, June the 19th, which of course is tomorrow. So make sure you get your picks in nice and early as we look forward to this one. That's right, of course, now these two sides, according to my eyes, have played 13 times since 1974. Bit of a classic match, this one. Of course, the Dutch, though, coming to on 50% form, winning 3 and losing 3 over the last 6. Italy, the same, of course, winning 3 and losing 3 over the last 6. However, you take a look back at those 13 games, the biggest win for Italy, just a 2-0 win over the Dutch, 3-0 win the other way for the Dutchies. The Dutchies have scored 14 goals compared to Italy's 17. Works out around about 1.08 goals a game for the Dutch, 1.31 goals a game for Italy. Now, of course, last time I played, there was, in fact, a draw back in October 2020 in the Nations League, Group A, or Nations League A, Group 1. Of course, that was a draw. The last time Italy picked up a win was, in fact, the reverse fixture for that game in the Nations League, 1-0 win it was for Italy back in September 2020. You've got to go all the way back. I don't know, let's have a little look. To 2008 for the Dutch last victory over Italy. It was back in the Euros. It was in the group stage. Big 3-0 win it was for the Dutch way back when. Of course, Croatia did beat the Dutch, of course, in the last round here. Prior to that, the Dutch picked up a 3-0 win over Gibraltar. Of course, following on from this, no matter what, their next match, the Dutch will be taking on the Greeks, of course, in the European qualifiers in September. Meanwhile, Italy, of course, prior to this, lost to Spain. Prior to that, though, they picked up a 2-0 win over Malta. Their next game will be taking on North Macedonia, also in the build-up for the Euros, of course. But the odds right here, right now, we have 5-4 for the Dutch on this one. They do have home backing on this. 2-1 is the Italy, of course, and 5-2 is the draw. That's right. It's going to be tight again on this one. Don't think it's going to be much in it, but I'm going to go with the 1-0 win for the Italians. I don't know why. I've just got a gut feeling they're going to sneak over the line. I believe the coach, of course, Mancini. I'm not too sure about the Dutch coach right now, but we'll see how he goes with the qualifiers. But of course, again, it's bronze. I don't think they're going to give too much clout for this, but whatever. A win, a win. A win's a win. It goes into the record books as a W. Next, of course, we have the final. It is Croatia. It is Spain on Sunday as well. It's later on in the day. Of course, now these two sides will be locking horns to see who will take home the second ever Nations League, I believe. Am I right? Portugal was the previous winners. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, these two sides have played each other 6 times, 2006. Croatia 2 wins, 4 wins for Spain. No draws between these two sides. Croatia, though, 75% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat past 6. Zlatko Dalic still in charge. Of course, Spain, of course, currently managed by Luis de Fuente, commences on 42% form, winning twice out of the last 6. The biggest win, though, for Spain over Croatia was a 6-0 win. The biggest win the other way, a 3-2 win, going in favour of Croatia. Croatia's just scored 9 goals compared to Spain's 17 over the course of those 6 games. Works out around about 1.5 goals a game for Croatia, 2.83 goals a game for Spain. But Croatia haven't lost in their last 4 matches, and Croatia has previously won 4 of the last 6 matches against Spain. But the big but in the room here is the last time they played each other was Spain's victory over Croatia in Euro 2020. But it was actually back in June 2021, of course, during the old COVID nonsense. They knocked them out in the knockout stages 5-3. Of course, the final score there. But if you turn the clock back to November 2018, that was when Croatia's last victory was that big 3-2 win over Spain in the Nations League. Spain, of course, beating Italy to get here. Prior to that, they did lose to Scotland, of course. They are looking forward to take on Georgia following on this game. That'll be in September. Meanwhile, of course, the Croatians, big 4-2 win over the Dutch. Prior to that, big 2-0 win over Turkey to get themselves in the mix for the Euros as well. They're going to be taking on Latvia after this game again in September. But what about the odds right here and now as we look forward to this game? 11-4 is your Croatia. Even Stevens is your Spain here. At 12-5 is the draw. It's a coin flip. It really is a coin flip. These are the two teams I expected to lose this game. I really did. So it is a tough old game, tough old prediction for me. But if I'm pushed into a corner and have to go for it, I'm going to go with just a sneaky 1-0 win for Spain. That's right. I just think they have the individual quality. I did say, and I quote, that the Croatians were too old. But I think Zlatko Dalic is just a phenomenal manager, especially at international level. He's got it working a treat for them, and I think he's, as long as they keep him in charge, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with over the next few years, few tournaments, of course. So never write out Croatia, never rule them out. But I think they're always going to be. They're always going to be a hurdle shy. This is a fantastic opportunity for them to get some silverware, some recognition in European in spotlight. But I just think Spain will have the edge as they do. But anyway, that's just my take on it. Be sure to get your own take on it, please. But of course, jot your predictions down below. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course, Patreon as well. I just want to let you know that behind the scenes, we are working on a lot of stuff throughout the summer to be ready for the brand new season. We're going to have a new backdrop, and then we'll talk about an authentic, real backdrop, better looking camera, better sounding microphone, better looking face as well. I'm going to have a bit of a makeover. So lots of stuff happening on the channel. So prepare to say goodbye to the old channel because the new one is going to be a bit sexy. Oh yeah, a bit sexy. Anyway, until then, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell. We'll be back non-stop though. Videos will keep on churning out. But until then, we're out.